Good day, good day, good day, good day, good day, everyone. I can see Opara, Marachuku. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Welcome. You can now start telling every of your friends, your colleagues that the meeting is about to start. Right? The meeting is about to start right away. Let's start joining. The meeting is about to start. Tomo, what is going on? Thank you, Opara. Can you tell me where you're joining from, Opara? Let me know where you're joining us from. Your country, your city.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. You're calling from west,
I'm
Mr. Opara.
joining from Lagos, Nigeria.
From Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you for joining. This is your first time to join this section?
No, no, this is my second time. My
Oh,
first
this
time was during the PF.
during the PTDF scholarship.
Yes, yes.
How was the section? How was the section with the PTDF scholarship?
It was very, very interesting. At least I was able to learn a lot. Unfortunately, I'm kind of like health inclined. So maybe things didn't sound like as if it would have favored me at that point because I had everything that our speaker had to say that day. So I could not channel it towards, my profession
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So, but I
to
would like you
learn
to.
about Commonwealth.
Oh, okay. Today is about Commonwealth. I think this will be very, very more insightful for you as well. And do well to ask any questions, right? Do well to ask any questions and make sure that we'll make sure that you get all of the answers. Thank you for joining.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So let's wait for others people to join. Nigerian timing. We have people from Malawi that has joined, but I think everyone was like it wasn't calling for her. Hello? Tomo, you know you cannot be calling him now. Eh? Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Tala. Mr. Tala from Malawi. Somebody from Malawi just joined now, but I think she said she wants to go do something and she's going to be back. So the meeting is going to be starting at exactly 10 o'clock. We Africans and timing is something that we need to work on. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for being part of this section.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you so
I'm,
much,
I'm
Mr.
glad to
Tala.
join.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tala, for Malawi. He resides in Japan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Nigerians and timing. Hello, Dolapo. How are
I
you?
thought we were many. If the last day, initially when I joined, we were many. Some people leave.
Maybe some persons left. The meeting is for 10 o'clock a.m. So I don't know why people were leaving. Who left? How many people left? Dolapo, can you hear me? Dolapo, are you still on the call? Dolapo, are you still on the call?
Yes, I'm on the call.
Okay. So you are saying that some people left.
Something no, I don't know. But I think others will join, they will be joining now.
Oh, okay. Or is it Marachuku? Are you the one that said some people left when like
I like, we're kind of more than, we're kind of like many, kind of, when I joined. So I was thinking maybe some people left or maybe network or something. But we are coming up in number now, gradually.
It's
oh,
true. Yeah, the meeting is by 2 p.m. So
okay. Oh, thank you for joining Adebayo. Please let me know where you're chatting from. Let me know where you're joining us from, your country, your city, or even your institution. Mide
yes,
Ayo. Where are you chatting from? Where are you calling from? Mide Ayo. Adebayo Shalom. Where are you chatting from? Where are you calling from? We have people that is calling from, that is joining this meeting from all over the world now. So please let me know. The meeting is going to start at exactly 10 a.m. Japan time, and it's going to kick off.
2 p.m.
Yeah, it's
2
going to kick
p.m.
off
is
at
the one
2
time.
p.m. Nigerian time. Thank you so much. Okay. My name is Adebayo Shalom. I am a recent graduate. Let me read that. I'm a recent graduate from University of Lagos. I studied mechanical engineering. Okay, you're welcome. Shalom. Thank you. Is this your first time in joining this meeting? Is this your first time in this section with the Beyond Borders? Let me know. So we can use the chat, and you can tell me where you're calling from.
No, sir, this is not my first time. I joined the last meeting we had with the last meeting you guys had with this man from UK talking about the this scholarship. What's the
Okay,
name of the scholarship? Sir?
you joined doing the PTDF scholarship.
Yes, the PTDF scholarship. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The session of the PTDF. Sir.
How was the section? Did you enjoy the
Yeah,
section?
the session was very impactful and informative. Yeah, I took a lot.
Oh,
I learned a lot from that meeting, sir.
oh, all right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Um, so let me know where you're joining from if you're just tuning into this section. This meeting is going to be starting at exactly 10 p.m. Japanese time and 2 p.m. Nigerian time, right? So for those joining us for the first time, please do well to tell us where you chatting from. You can tell us your institution, you can tell us your country and your city. Let's feel the room come alive, please, guys. So, for those joining us for the first time, my name is Patrick Ayansi, and I am truly honored to serve as the president and founder of Beyond Borders. Beyond Borders officially launched on August 29th, 2025. And just in case you are new here, Beyond Borders is a global community initiative with a clear mission to bridge the gap between African researchers, students, and professionals and world-class institutions such as University of Tokyo, Harvard University, and many others. So we do this primarily by focusing on scholarship and fellowship opportunities, um, guiding participants step by step on how to successfully secure fully funded opportunities across the globe, right? Beyond that, we also facilitate research collaboration as well as leadership and career development sections, just to mention a few of what we do. Now, let me say this proudly for those who is just joining us for the first time. In just 5 months, we have hosted an incredible lineup of guests. For those who have been with us from inception, you will know this. We've hosted the Vice Chancellor of Landmark University. We've hosted the Director of Energy Commission of Nigeria. We've also hosted the head of Heat and Mass Transfer in Japan, and also the head of robotics in Japan as well. And other outstanding scholars that includes Boti from Botswana. She spoke on the MES scholarship, and we also have Emeka from the UK on the PTDF scholarship. Emeka was our last facilitator. Thank you. Our guest speaker is here today. Thank you so much, Bridgette Galafa. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Pardon.
No, that's correct.
Oh, okay. Bridgette Galafa.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
sure.
you.
I'm sure you'll be glad to know that there's somebody that is joining from Malawi, from Japan. His name is Mr. Tala. Tala, you guys can exchange pleasantry for a bit. He's from Japan. He's a very good friend of mine. He's a Malawi. He's from Malawi. I call him Dangote. Thank you.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
Yeah, thank you so
And
much.
hi, Dalandia.
Hi,
Yeah,
nice meeting you, Bridget.
yeah,
Nice meeting you as well.
yeah.
Thanks, Patrick. You can go on.
Yeah,
I'm just
thank you so much. So I'm just mentioning some of the things that we've been able to do in the last 5 months, right? As others join this meeting, we also had somebody from Malawi, but I think she stepped out for a bit. I said in just 5 months, we've hosted like an incredible lineups of guests. By His grace, we've hosted the Vice Chancellor of Landmark University in Nigeria, a Vice Chancellor. We've hosted the Director of Energy Commission of Nigeria. We've hosted the head of Heat and Mass Transfer in Japan. We've also hosted the head of robotics in Japan. All of these people are very, very incredible speakers, including outstanding scholars as well. We've hosted Boti from Botswana. She spoke on the MES scholarship opportunities. And just last month, we had one of our own, Emeka from United Kingdom. Is currently doing his PhD in in the UK under the PTDF. So he came here to give us a section. And now we are graced with Galafa from Malawi on the Commonwealth scholarship. I think that alone deserves a round of applause reaction from the audience, guys. We've done well in the last 5 months, right? Thank you so much. Now, before we go further, I must say this. None of this is possible without an amazing team, right? Um, Please, everyone, help me give a big round of applause to my amazing teams. I want to especially appreciate Caleb. I don't know if Caleb is here. Dolakbo, Tomiwa, Elizabeth, Kehinde, and Samuel, thank you so much for making this possible. Without you guys, I'm not sure that we would have gotten to this level. Thank you, team. I truly appreciate you. And one more thing before we proceed, if you're in the audience and you have not missed a single Beyond Border section this year, we have something for you. So please do well to reach out to the team that I just mentioned now. So we're going to be starting right away. We already have our guest speaker now. And I know that in the UK, time is money, right? And because of this, yeah, somebody's raising up his hand. Okay, Opera. Now we are going to start right away. So I'm going to start. Please try as much as possible to mute yourself while you are coming in to this call. Yeah. So as I was saying, welcome everyone again to the Beyond Border section, where we empower minds and create global opportunities. So today's section is a scholarship opportunity sections on the topic understanding the Commonwealth scholarship process. As we prepare for today, one thing that immediately stood out for me was when we were trying to do a research or a background study with the speaker for today. If you go on our LinkedIn page, the first thing you'll see on our cover page is the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I think that is very powerful. You know, when I saw that, I was like, oh, are we inviting a woman of God, or should we start bringing offering for this section, right? It is, but I found out that, this is not even a mere coincidence, because even the last speaker that came last month for the PTDF scholarship was also a vibrant person who has the fear of the Lord. So I think it is a powerful reminder that faith and excellence can work hand in hand. So let me introduce our speaker today. Our guest speaker today is Bridgette Galafa, a biomedical researcher. So I have to read her profile and read it very gently because it's not easy. We have somebody to find somebody of such, right? A biomedical researcher and a 2025 Commonwealth scholar affiliated with King's College London and City George University of London. She is from Malawi with research experience spanning infectious disease, clinical trials, and vaccine research, including work with the Malawi. Excuse me, please. Yes. So, including work with the Malawi. Sorry about that. Including work with the Malawi Liverpool Wellcomes Trust. She's also a first author researcher whose work on pneumococcal carriage and vaccine efficacy contributes meaningfully insight to global health and vaccine design. Beyond her academic journey, she's passionate about women in STEM, health equity, and education access. At Beyond Borders, we celebrate people who cross borders, not just of nations, but of mindset, discipline, and destiny. And Bridgette Galafa embodies that spirit. So please, wherever you are joining us from, help me welcome with enthusiasm and honor a woman of wisdom, faith, and scientific excellence, Bridgette Galafa. Thank you so much, Bridgette Galafa. The stage is yours. You can now proceed with your presentation. Thank you so much, man.
What a grand welcome. Thank you so much. I am honored to be here. Am I the only one who has my video on? I will share my screen. I've updated the slides, but
okay.
Yes, so don't worry, I will share my screen or I can just email them back to you. But yeah, as I am giving my introduction. But basically, as he said, my name is Bridgette Galafa. I am a 2025 Commonwealth scholar here at King's College London and City St. George's University of London. And
I think we've
first
lost
and
you.
foremost,
Okay.
pardon?
Okay, we can hear you now. I think we lost you a bit before.
Oh, okay. It must be my internet connection for a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, Or you mean my face? But anyway, so as I was saying, I'm a child of God before anything else. I'm a minister of the gospel. That is very true. And it's so funny to me that he was like, are we inviting a woman of God? Anyway, I will just let my presentation speak for itself.
Okay, thank you.
And before I get into the nitty-gritty details, I've emailed the Beyond Borders account my presentation, but I'm currently trying to share my screen.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. So all the things that he has talked about, that Patrick has talked about, are true, very true, yes. And your team really does well. Let me start from there. The team is really effective. You have a very amazing team.
Thank you.
Because I think
shout out to my team. You are my team. Shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing.
I think we have been trying to get together from August, if not October. I think it's October.
Yeah.
But it's been very crazy. I think, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. So yes, so we have been trying to get together from October, and yeah, I think the schedules kept crazy and difficult for us to get together. But finally, I'm here in December, and this team has not stopped being on my neck, like literally. So we need your presentations. At some point I was like, phew, I have not forgotten you. Please, I have not forgotten you. I still remember you. I will send my presentations to you. It's just that I have very crazy schedules and exams. So I just completed my exams and I was just like, I will give you my closest date so that, yes. So I think God really wanted me to be here. And I will be sharing on the Commonwealth Master's Scholarship, as he said. So who is Bridgette? I could not fit my whole life into one slide, but I tried to get in as much as possible of some of the bits and some of the things that I do. Okay. So I will start with this child over here. That's Bridgette. I am a child of God, like I said. I am a big sister. I am a little sister, and I am also, yes, a cousin to so many others, and yes. And apart from that, I'm a pastor. So before I left Malawi, I was a pastor at Rest for a Purpose Ministries. So yes,
thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. So these are some of the people that I've had the pleasure of pastoring for the past since 2020.
Wow.
And I'm also a product of mentorship, both spiritually and academically. I have mentors in different areas of my life. And that is also one of the other things that I would like to emphasize on today, that you are not an island. You're not the first person to go through whatever it is that you want to pursue in life. And it's very important for you to identify people that can assist you and be able to reach out to these people. Most of the time, people usually think that, I work better alone and all these many things, but trust me, there's nothing new under the sun. So you might just be struggling for nothing. Don't discourage yourself. Don't disadvantage yourself by struggling for nothing. It is not useful. So I'm a product of mentorship in different areas of my life, and I am very happy to, yes, have my mentors. And I am a Commonwealth scholar. I am studying genomic medicine. I think I'm the second person from Malawi to study genomic medicine.
Oh.
But yes, so it's a fascinating field. It's a field that I have been curious about since childhood. It started, I think, somewhere when I was 8, if not 10 years old, and I learned of Dolly the sheep that he was cloned. So now I was like, okay, why are people cloning sheep? And it was just fascinating to me. But yeah. And then part of this is me presenting part of my research. I have been working with Malawi Liverpool Welcome Program from 2021 until I left this year. And through Malawi Liverpool Welcome Trust, I have worked on controlled human infection models. So my research area spans infectious diseases, microbiology, molecular biology, and genomics. So here is me in Greece. This is Crete, Greece. So before I get to this, let me just give a background. Today was when, as I was preparing for this presentation, as I was just tying up loose ends, I was like, oh, I have actually never paid my school fees before.
Wow.
So I was awarded a merit-based scholarship from primary education, I think, and then even my secondary school education as a STEM secondary school, I was awarded another merit-based scholarship where they were like, oh, we're just trying to identify the best students from each district that really performed well during, their exams. And then I was like, oh, okay, this was as I had already started the school. And then now I'm going to my parents and I'm like, oh, they just saved this. And they're like, oh, that's nice, congratulations. And then as I started college, I was at, then we used to call it University of Malawi College of Medicine. So in Malawi, we only have one medical school. Malawi is very small. So most of the medical people, and as soon as you get to college, it becomes smaller because we don't have many universities. And then it's like this small niche and you get to know each other through all these many activities and things that are going on. So yeah. So when I got to medical school, I started my pre-medical year and people approached me again. I got another, was it from the dean, where they're like, oh, there's also another merit-based scholarship from
Wow.
this was now National AIDS Commission. So they were like, oh, we just identified like the best students from each cohort, and then we wanted to, award you this scholarship. And I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. I can hear the wows.
Wow.
So now, but there's a but. Somewhere around my college year, I had to do my first year again. Why am I mentioning this? Sometimes life is not as straightforward as you may think. And I think most of the time you think that when something happens to you, that it's very drawbacks. Most of the times, the drawbacks, sometimes people dwell too much on drawbacks, so much so that you allow it to dictate the whole trajectory of your life. So I'm giving you my background because when this happened, it was out of factors that were way out of my control, but that still did not define my journey. I knew that, okay, I know who I am, I know where I'm coming from. So God has a plan and I will still continue and go on. So yeah. And then I graduated with a 2.1 honors degree in medical lab science. And that's when I started working with the Malawi Liverpool Welcome Program. So I started working somewhere right before graduating. And that has been me. I have volunteered with several different organizations. As he said, I'm very passionate about women in STEM. I'm passionate about the marginalized. So throughout my journey, throughout my college journey, I have volunteered with several non-governmental organizations. And I have done youth empowerment as well as women empowerment. I'm a founding member of Malawi Women's Innovation Network, which equips and trains women and girls into innovation. So basically, we're trying to encourage and equip girls and women that are interested in innovation in science. And apart from that, I am currently also volunteering with University of Oxford's Refugee-Led Research Hub. So here, we provide mentorship in education, and we're just trying to make sure that we help those that are refugees and those that have been displaced. And we're trying to help them to gain. So we provide mentorship in education for graduate programs. We help them with their applications. And yes. So basically, that's me. that was a very long introduction. But yes.
Thank you.
So let's get to it. The Commonwealth Masters Scholarship. What's the Commonwealth Masters Scholarship? Now, the Commonwealth Masters Scholarship is basically, it's funded by the United Kingdom Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, and it is common. It is present in all the Commonwealth countries. So it is present in 56 countries. So that should tell you how competitive it is. I'm pretty sure some of you have heard of Chevening. Chevening and Commonwealth run hand in hand. And the first thing they told us when we got here as they were welcoming us was, congratulations on making the top 1%.
Wow.
So yes, that is the success rate, the top 1%. That should not scare you, because if I'm here, that means you can be here as well. So yeah. Basically, there's different types of Commonwealth Master Scholarships. So we have the Master Scholarship, and then we have the Master's Shared Scholarship. These ones operate a bit differently. I am under the Master's Scholarship, not the Shared Scholarship. But the Shared Scholarship, basically, you apply with a school. So the school is the one that nominates you. I will get to that. Don't worry. But yes, basically, that's the Commonwealth Scholarship. Now, what are some of the objectives of the scholarship? Number one, they're very keen in supporting the sustainable development of low and middle income countries. So we know of the Sustainable Development Goals, right?
Yes.
Do we know the Sustainable Development Goals? Anybody that can tell me what SDG 3 is?
We are the people that
Okay,
do not
it's good health and well-being.
Yes, of course, we know that. I'm surprised because we have some of the, somebody to come in here. We had the Vice Chancellor of Landmark University took us through on the SDG goals, and I'm surprised. I'm supposed to be hearing echoes here, but it's all fine and good. Thank you so much. You can continue.
But yeah, no worries. So yes, so they're very keen in supporting the Sustainable Development Goals. So when you're trying to apply for the Commonwealth Scholarship, one of the things is you have to identify 3 of the sustainable goals that your goals align with. Okay, so whatever it is that you want to pursue, whatever masters, even the PhD, because they also support PhDs for 4 years. So you have to make sure that you're very clear and your goals align with the Sustainable Development Goals. So we have good health and well-being, we have quality education, we have reduced inequalities, you know these things. And then the second objective is to provide education. If you don't know these things, please go find out. It's very important. Because yes. So the second objective is to provide education opportunities to outstanding scholars. That is why some of us are here. So they're just there to support our education and to make sure that we go back to our communities and we empower our communities. So they're also very big on leadership. And then it's also there to foster collaboration between the UK as well as Commonwealth countries. So we have the UK Embassy, which plays a very big part in making sure that the scholars are supported both in their countries as well as when we come here to the UK. And they do these things in several ways. We had a briefing session. We had a pre-briefing session before we left. We had to meet with the, back then we had the acting ambassador. Yes, we don't have the, yeah, I think they're still sorting out in Malawi, that is. So we had to go to the ambassador's residence and they told us all these many things and welcomed us and yes, of what to expect. And it's also a community. So you're joining a community of thousands of scholars that have gone. What's the eligibility criteria? Phew, this part. This part, number one, you have to be a citizen or a refugee of an eligible Commonwealth country. Like I said, there's 56 Commonwealth countries. So if you come from Nigeria, is one of them. So wherever you're here from, I joined in when Patrick had already started, but I could hear that there's people from several countries. So Number one, you have to be a citizen or a refugee of an eligible Commonwealth country. Number two, you have to hold at least an upper second class undergraduate degree. This means you have to hold an upper second class or a first class. However, as much as it's merit-based, if you have a third class degree, you can also supplement it with leadership as well as experience. There's been several other cases. I know several people that have, for example, won the Chevening Scholarship that had third class degrees. They just supplemented them with experience and volunteering and all these many things that they're looking for. So yes. And then you also have to be unable to afford study in the UK without the scholarship. I think that's the obvious one, right? Right. So what are the priority fields of study? I talked about the Sustainable Development Goals, right?
Yes.
So the Commonwealth has 6 themes. We have science and technology for development. We have strengthening health systems and capacity, promoting global prosperity, strengthening peace, security, and governance. When you're doing the application, this application is very long. So last year, when I was doing the Commonwealth, when I was applying for the Commonwealth, I think it's the longest
Okay.
scholarship that I have
Application.
ever. It is 16 pages long. So you have to make sure that whatever you're saying, you choose amongst these that I've listed here. So for example, if you're choosing science and technology for development as a theme, that means your degree has to align with that. That means everything else that you talk about, from your goals, from how you aim to achieve your goals, from whatever it is that you want to do post-study, it has to align with how science and technology for development is going to be achieved through you in your country when you go back. So if you're talking about promoting global prosperity, it has to align with that. So it is not something that you have to start preparing for a week before the application period, because sometimes I've noticed that people do these things where they get very frustrated with applications because they don't fully prepare. So I love the fact that we're having this talk here in December now, because it means you have plenty of time to prepare. And the window is very short. You only have a month to apply. So in this month, you have to make sure that your referees, your references are ready. You've talked to your referees, you've done all these many things. And I think apart from the fact that most of you are also doing other things, you might be working, you might be studying. So a month does not sound like that much time. So you have plenty of time to prepare. Ask scholars that have gone before you, talk to them, and then ask them what to expect. Start writing up. Some people will need help from other people in reviewing their scholarships. Make sure that you do this prior to time. You don't want to be pressuring others to say, please, I need my scholarship reviewed by tomorrow. I have seen this, I have experienced it. So please make sure you prepare in time, have plenty of time to prepare. So it may sound scary, but like I said, it's not scary. What are some of the benefits? So they pay our tuition fees in full, and then they also give us a monthly stipend that includes accommodation as well as upkeep for you to use when you're here in the UK. And then they also sponsor your travel costs to and from the UK, as well as the thesis and study travel grants. So all these are indicated based on whether you are going to be, based on the location in the UK where you're going to be. So for example, I'm in London. So for those that are in London, the scholarship may adjust your rate based on the cost of living in London compared to, for example, others that might be in Scotland or Liverpool. And yes, one key thing when you're applying for the scholarship, you have to make sure they ask you to list 3 schools where you think you'll get an offer. It might be a school that you already have an offer at, or it might be a school where you haven't applied yet. And then when they're giving you an offer, they give you the offer based on the school choices that you made. So these 3 schools that you've picked out, if I said, for example, that I am going to or I've applied to, and they also ask, have you already applied to these schools? So you have to state whether you've applied or you're yet to apply to these schools. Preparation. This is me trying to stress on the preparation part. Application process. Okay, so here I think I've given a bit of hints before I got to this, but yes. So number 1, you have to apply through the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission portal. Most of the time when calls are open, they're all over the place. You can find them on LinkedIn, you can find them on social media, Twitter, X, oh, it's now called X, what else? Facebook, even Instagram. So the application process is usually through the portal. So it's only through the portal, not usually. So you have to apply through the portal. There's a link there. And you have to submit supporting documents. There's a couple of supporting documents. Number 1, passport. Is your passport ready? Do you have a passport? Because if you don't have a passport yet, then you're already disqualifying yourself. Number 2, make sure you have your CV ready. What do I mean by your CV? So your CV has to be, you fill it in the application process. You fill it in the application form. But in this case, it helps when you have your CV ready, because then you don't have to start from scratch in thinking through what exactly you have to be filling in the application form. The other document is your personal statement. Your personal statement is basically a document that talks about your motivation for your area of study. So who are you? Who are you? What have you done? What do you do outside of work? So you have to make sure that your personal statement is ready. Leadership experience. They are also very keen on this leadership experience part. So your personal statement and leadership experience are both 500 words each. So that's like 1,000 words. The application process might change a bit from year to year as they're updating, like the number of words and everything. So I'm not going to stress much on that. But I'm just giving you like the key overview things that you have to make sure you have ready, no matter what. And then your references, they need 3 referees. So make sure you talk to people, make sure they're ready, make sure they've written references for you, they've spoken to who you are and your potential as a person. And you need to submit these as well. If you have an offer from a UK university, it's not important yet at this point in time, but just make sure that you also have that ready later. Number 3, application process. Obtain nominations from national nominating agencies or from the Commonwealth nominating agencies. So Commonwealth has 6 nominating bodies. So we have Forum for African Women Education. So it's called FAWE. And then we have educationalists, yes. And then we have Canon Collins. We have the Wellcome Trust. We have national nominating agencies as well. So these ones vary from one country to the next. And yes, these nominating agencies might not be present. All 6 of them might not be present in one particular country. So make sure that you know what nominating agency is present in your country. What happens if you don't have a nominating agency that is present in your country? Well, then they have this big body called the Canon Collins, where Canon Collins is basically everybody can use it as a nominating agency. But there's a but. Make sure that you also research on what they're looking for, okay? Because by the end of the day, the key that the nominating agencies play is they will review your application first before it goes to the Commonwealth itself. And then remember how I talked about the shared scholarship initially? So universities come in here because with the shared scholarship, you use your university, the university that you want to go to, as a nominating agency. So you send your application, your whole Commonwealth scholarship application, to that particular university. And then if that university is satisfied, that's when they will nominate you to the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission. Whilst with the other nominating bodies or the nominating agencies like Canon Collins, Wellcome Trust, these ones, you indicate as you are applying on the actual Commonwealth Master's Scholarship. So that's the big difference between the Master's Scholarship and the shared scholarship. So with the Master's Scholarship, you are not sending multiple applications to any universities in the UK. You are only applying to your school. So for example, I'm at King's College London. I applied to King's College London. I got an individual offer. And then my Commonwealth application was also an individual application. And then afterwards, when I got the offer, that's when they asked me that, do you have an offer from the UK universities that you listed? And then that's when they now started liaising with the schools and yes, all these many things. With the Wellcome Trust, it is only available, or you can only use Wellcome Trust with the countries where they have Wellcome Trust as, where they have partners with Wellcome Trust. So what do I mean by this? I was working with the Malawi Liverpool Wellcome Trust. So because we have the Malawi Liverpool Wellcome Trust, they also used to do screening for us for the Commonwealth Scholarship. You can choose to use your workplace or not. And for me, I did not use my workplace. So because Wellcome Trust is only common in Malawi, it's only present in Malawi and Kenya. Yes, I think it's Malawi and Kenya. I'm not sure if there is other African countries where they have Wellcome Trust. So it's very, very important for you to research on the nominating agencies, because like I said, it's a very long application. So you don't want to send in an application and then it's the nominating agency basically that also determines your fate. Because if the nominating agency says no, that means your application cannot go through to the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission. Can you use multiple nominating agencies? Yes, you can. Is somebody speaking? I heard some background. Oh, okay. I can move on. Now, what are some of the tips for a strong application? Number one, you have to clearly demonstrate your academic merit. Okay? Clearly demonstrate your academic merit. Clearly demonstrate what your strong points are. If you graduated with a first class, make sure you state that in your application. I'm a first class holder. You have to state, if you have Dean's List awards, make sure you state that. And then number two, you have to show alignment with development goals. I told you that we're looking at the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So make sure that you show alignment with the development goals. What do I mean by that? It's not all of the development goals where you can show alignment to. The 17, that's a lot, obviously. But you pick which sustainable development goals. Just make sure you pick a maximum of 3. And then you have to show alignment with those. So for me, the reason I was asking you what's SDG 3 is because mine are SDG 3, 4, and gender equality. So yes. So yeah. So you have to make sure that you're showing alignment with the development goals. So your whole application has to speak to how it's in line or in tangent with the development goals. Number 4, highlight leadership potential. What do I mean by that? I have told you, I think I gave you part of my CV in my introduction. They are looking for leaders. They're looking for people that show potential. Most of the time, people miss it on leadership when it comes to, they think that it only has to be people that have founded an organization or all these many things. No. Leadership is way beyond just founding something. So make sure that you state clearly what you're doing. For example, in your workplace, you are a supervisor or you have trained people in your workplace. State all these things. I have trained this number of people from this, from this period of time to this period of time. What was the impact? So make sure you're also stressing on the impact, because they're looking at results. It's not just a matter of stating, I have done this, and then what? Who benefited from whatever it is that you did? And number 4, which is the last one, you have to provide realistic reintegration plans. What do I mean by this? They mostly ask you what your plans are when you're going back after you're done with your master's education. So most of the time, yes, you're coming to the UK to do a master's, but then how will this master's be of benefit to your country? How will others be able to benefit from you gaining this higher education? So you have to make sure that your plans are realistic. I can't come here and say that when I go back to Malawi, I'm going to revolutionize the health sector. Me, just with a master's, one person. That's, most people try to be very overambitious and they can smell this from a mile away. So you're not revolutionizing the whole Nigerian health sector, or no. So you have to provide realistic plans. What can you do in a period? And they're very clear, because the questions are very clear. What are your goals in the next 2 to 5 years? What are your goals in the next 5 to 10 years? What are your long-term goals? So make sure that you also have these ready, and make sure that they're clear and they're realistic. One of my mentors used to say, be realistic. So yes. In conclusion, yes, we've reached the conclusion.
Wow.
So in conclusion, Commonwealth is looking at emerging leaders, and basically they're just there to fund your education and to help to make sure that they help you into gaining your goals. Okay, so they're just there to help you gain your goals. And lastly, you will never know if you can get it until you try. Why did I include this statement? I haven't talked about my scholarship journey. I told you I graduated with a 2.1, yeah? And it's an honors degree. So most of the time when you're applying for school in the UK, they want grades that are equivalent to the UK 2.1 and the UK first class. Most of the time when you graduate with good grades, you think that it's obvious. Like, it's not, yes. And then I have always been, I have always been involved in volunteerism. I've always been a leader from some time back, I think from high school or something. So even when I was graduating from college, I had a whole stacked up CV, okay, of leadership potential. So I graduated in 2021 and I started applying for schools and scholarships in 2022, I think end of 2022. So I wanted to work for a year first, and then that's when I decided I'm going to start applying for the next cycle. Well, guess what? I applied the first time, I didn't get in. Like, I literally did not. I got into all the schools. So by then I applied into 4 schools. I got into all the 4 schools, and then I started applying for scholarships. Now, most of the time when I'm sending my applications to some of the people that were helping me with my applications, the people that had gotten scholarships before me and all these many things, even my mentors are like, oh, you're going to get in. Like, your CV is way better than ours when we were applying. Like, like, oh, you're fine and everything and whatnot. Well, it did not come. The money did not come. And at that point in time, I was mostly targeting fully funded scholarships, because for me, I felt like I don't want to come here and start stressing with, I need to start finding work and all these many things, and then how am I going to fund my studies? So yeah. And the first time I did not get in. And the first time I did not even apply for the Commonwealth scholarship. Then my boss then at work was like, you should try applying for the Commonwealth scholarship. I looked at it. I opened the application the next year. I looked at it and I was like, nah, I am not writing all this. So, and by then I used to think I'm well suited for chevening. Like I am so well suited for chevening. Plus chevening is just 4 essays. Commonwealth has 16 pages. And I thought, no, I am not doing this. So the first time I put in my Commonwealth application, I really wasn't ready. I can't even lie on that. And I thought, there's no way I can get this. Like, there is absolutely no way. But yeah, second year passed and that was it. Last year was when now I decided that, okay, let's give this a shot again, because this time around, yeah, I think I had my documents ready, I had everything ready, and yeah. And that's when I put in my applications again. And this time around, I was shortlisted for the Commonwealth Scholarship, I was like, oh, okay. And I was actually shortlisted for 2 scholarships and I had to pick. I was like, wow, okay, this is. So God has a funny way of working out. Sometimes you might be thinking, what am I doing wrong? Sometimes it might just not be the time yet for you. So don't beat yourself up when it comes to no, things are not working out, or don't give up yet. And don't disqualify yourself before you even try. So you will never know if you can get it until you try. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. I will now stop sharing my screen and get back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And this time around, I think I was trying to make sure that I give in room for questions. So if you have questions, comments, and anything else, please do let me know. And I can now take some questions. Thank you. And thank you for having me, Patrick.
Thank you so much. And before we start taking questions, I would like to see if I can recognize people from Malawi. And just like I mentioned earlier,
Oh,
because it's very, very important, this is like a global platform. We have people from Botswana, people from Philippines to attend this section. And okay. Hi, ma'am. Will it be possible for us to get the recordings? Of course, you get the recordings, but let me know where you're joining from, so that we can identify with you. And also, if you're from Malawi, you want to say hi to your sister, your younger one. Yeah, I think this is the best time for you to do that, and we will then take questions. Now, because I have questions for Bridgette. It took us
oh,
a lot of questions for you, from me, right? And but before we start taking questions, right, I want to know if there are some people from other parts of the world aside Nigeria, so that we can identify with you. I know that Tala is from Japan, is also from Malawi. Yeah, we also have some Malawi participant that joined, and but we can't find them here again. So now my question for you, before we start taking questions. So your questions, if you have questions, Dolapo, please take note of the questions in the chat, and make sure that we have them documented so that we can read them to our guest speaker. But my question is very simple to you, right? Firstly, I want to say thank you to you again for granting us this um, opportunity, because to book and Bridgette is not easy, right? Even my team, I know how so one of my team members is here, and she'll be like, I went on a personal LinkedIn page, I started chatting her off so that we could get her across for this section, right? And it's a privilege for us because we've been trying to get her for this section since August, and we've been going like some back and forth. Even at some point, we actually thought that we probably wouldn't get her, right? But by the grace of God, we are ending the section with such an amiable scholar like her. So my question is this, right? I think it's a two-in-one question. First, there is no doubt that you are an amiable scholar. Even at your background, it actually shows that you are well read, right?
thank
Now,
you.
yeah. So this question is coming from someone who isn't well read like you, who doesn't have a robust CV. and is just planning to like maybe build up his CV, what are the things that you would want to encourage that person to start doing from now, making sure that everything that he or she has, it can enable her to apply for the Commonwealth scholarship? And secondly, right, and you speak eloquently well. Is that part of the package? You just because you speak as though you're in the UK already, like for like 10 years, right? So I would like to know, because aside the scholarship opportunities that we introduce in the Beyond Borders section, we also have leadership sections as well, right? We want to train people on how they can be able to present themselves, because most of the time, if for you to be like a respectful leader, your voice, people must be able to listen to you, right? If people can't listen to you, people will not be able to like want to pay attention to you, right? So I think I said in one of my posts like yesterday, and I was saying that if your voice is not heard, your people, you will not be making so much noise. So let's can you walk us through, like, as this trait been there, what is leadership for you? How did it come about?
Okay, thank you very much for the questions. From what you've explained, I think I've gotten 2, if not 3 key questions. Number one, for somebody who does not have the background or the leadership background, where do they start from, right?
Yes.
Or for somebody who does not, who may feel as though they're not eligible yet, where do they start from? And then number 2, oh, there's questions in the chat. I hope somebody is noting them because they keep popping up on my screen. Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes.
Please.
All right.
Thank you. Take a note.
Number 2, how do I thank you for the compliment that I speak so eloquently? Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. You've reminded me that one of my pictures in Greece, the story for Greece was my first international presentation. So at that point in time, I had gotten a travel grant to go and present my research in Crete, Greece. And at this point in time, I thought to myself, ooh, by this time I only had a bachelor's, okay? And at this conference, number one, I got there and everybody was either a PhD student or a postdoc. Number one. And then number 2, and then also they were either principal investigators in the field of science. These are like top CEOs. Yeah. Then I got there, and the first day they told us that, well, at the end of this conference, it was for a week, we're going to award people that have presented well and what and everything and blah, 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 blah. And I had already disqualified myself because I was like, shoo, imposter syndrome. First of all, what am I doing here? And then guess what? We had presentations from over 100 people from all over the world. So we had people from the US, we had people from China, we had people from Japan, we had people from literally all over the world. We had people from Nigeria, Ghana, Gambia, in Africa, here in the UK. And I have already told you who these people were. And then I got the second.
I think we've lost Bridgette.
Screen has frozen. I don't know if you guys can still hear me.
Okay.
Oh,
the UK network is not as strong as the Japan network. I think that's where we are winning.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I think my network keeps glitching. But yes, I was saying that at the end of all this, I got the second outstanding oral presentation out of all these people from, Japan and everything and whatnot and everything. So to the person who does not know where to start from, this I'm telling you this story on purpose. I have told you, and I have also shared some of the things that were sort of drawbacks on my side, because sometimes we're humans. You're not expected to be perfect, okay? It's life. So you're experiencing life, you're living life, you're also getting to know things for the first time now, here, as you're living it. So start with what you have. Start from where you are. Start with what you have. Because if you don't start, then you're going to keep postponing it. What do I mean? If there's an opportunity for you to join an organization, for you to do volunteer work somewhere, start with that. Every Christmas, I've partnered with a few orphanages in my country, and every Christmas I would go and donate things. This was my personal initiative.
Wow.
It's not something that somebody told me to do. It's not something that I had to learn from somewhere. So just start with what you have. If you can help out kids in your community with their school, just start from there. You can literally just say, okay, I'm hosting part-time lessons for free. That is volunteer work, right?
Wow.
And then just start. If they're looking for somebody at your workplace that, oh, we're planning this thing and we wanted somebody to organize this, start. Volunteer yourself. You never know if you might do well at it until you get to it. So just start with what you have. Don't wait for things to be handed to you, because by the end of the day, it's life, it's earth. Nothing is going to be handed to you on a silver platter. So don't sit there and think that things are just going to, be handed down to me, or nobody gives me chances. Nobody chooses me to be class president. No, just start. Okay. Start with what you have. Even if you're not a class president, start from somewhere. So that's the thing. And then second thing, leadership experience. I think I've somehow tackled that in the first question as well, that most of the time you might think you're not good enough at something until you start again. So when it comes to opportunities, or for example, opportunities for you to host something, you can say, I'm volunteering myself. I know I'm not good at public speaking, but here you are as Beyond Borders, right? For example, you're hosting a session. Just go to Patrick and say, okay, I wanted to volunteer for me to be the host at this particular thing. That's you training yourself. I have been I've done public speaking for some time, so I don't think for me it was really something that I had to struggle with a lot, because I've always been putting myself out there. I've literally been prefect from high school, so it's always been something like that where, yeah, and then. So it's really not something that I've struggled with a lot. But then I've had a lot of people come to me, even in college. Usually when I would host events, people would come to me and they'd be like, you speak so well. Can you teach me to speak like that in front of people? Because why are you not stuttering in front of hundreds of people?
Yeah.
So, so for me, it's not really about, it's not that I don't get in front of people and I'm thinking, phew, they're all looking at me. But then just start small. Just start with small groupings, and then you can grow from there. You can literally present in front of one person and say that, okay, I want you to train me into this particular thing. I want you to train me into being a good public speaker. Oh, and then try to deliver a presentation to them and try to also learn points. There's YouTube. Currently, we're in a digital world. We're in a world where information is available everywhere. Most of you will spend time on YouTube. You can literally do Netflix and chill all day. But 2 hours on YouTube, you feel like it's a waste of your time. 2 hours of learning, you feel like it's a waste of your time. Read books. You will not improve your grammar by just conversing with the people around you. No. Expose yourself to a world beyond yourself. So read books. Be an avid reader. Be determined. Go for actually what you want to do. If you want to improve yourself, there's materials, there's resources everywhere. I'm pretty sure you also have like libraries and everything and whatnot. Go through all these places and read books. That's the only way, literally the only way that you can be able to build yourself up, that you can be able to improve and work on yourself. Church. Most of the time people will look at church and they're thinking, I just go to church and I come back. I've been a leader in my church for a very long time. But through that, I have been able to organize events of 700 plus people. So you see, like, organize and coordinate an event for 3 whole days in a camp for 700 plus people. That should tell you that it's not like something that I just went there and I was just like, oh, well, Was it overwhelming? Of course it's overwhelming. It's a lot of work. But when you look at the logistics of trying to make sure that these people travel, make sure you find accommodation, make sure these people are worth it, make sure everybody. So give yourself, if you can volunteer in church, if you can volunteer in your community, if you can volunteer in your class, just start from with what you have and from where you are. Thank you. I hope that has answered your questions, Patrick.
Yeah, that answered it 100%, even
Thank you.
1000%. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thank you so much. I don't want to take much time so that I give other people room to also ask questions. But there's something I just really quickly have to just say here, right? Somebody just said that on the comment section, and I think it's so amazing, right? That some of the things that you just mentioned is something that actually aligns with me, right? And because I'm also like very very passionate when it comes to community service, passionate about children. Um, just in May, I was privileged to like sponsor or give out 50 school materials
Oh,
to
lovely.
50 kids right in my country, right? And I find joy in doing those things. You know, there's a particular word you used when while we were doing like a background check on you, and I think you said if you are not passionate about something, then why then do you start it, right? You've mentioned so many things, and one of the key things, or one of our yeah, one of the words that we want our speakers to actually do for us is that not just inspire people, but try as much as possible to make sure that we follow them through with those words that you've shared with us, right? And one of the ways that we would want you to do that is to also like inspire them with the kind of books that you read that can keep them motivated as they journey through the path of success. Because most of the people that are here are students or just recent graduates, and they are not even sure of the path that they are going to walk through. Right. So
Okay.
when they listen to people like you, who is also an African person and is doing well for herself, and have climbed all of the ladders and got into all of the climax of a career, right, or beyond, right?
Still getting there.
You are still getting there. No, they feel
But yeah.
inspired. Yeah, yeah, they feel inspired and they feel motivated
Yeah.
that, oh, if Bridgette Galifa can do this and she can be the 1% out of, right, to get a Commonwealth scholarship, they can also do it as well, right? So before the section ends, I also want to give rooms for other people to ask questions. I want you to also tell us like 3 books, right, or yes, that has motivated you or have inspired you, and if there's room for mentors. Not we're not just gathering crowd here in Beyond Borders. We want people or speakers to also pick 1 or 2 people and mentor them, right? And see them through. That's why we, in part of the Beyond Borders, one of the things we focus on is research collaborations. So if you have some research that you are doing and you need people from the Beyond Borders team to collaborate with you, there are a lot of brains here that can actually collaborate with you for you to have like a global publication. Thank you. So I'm going
Thank
to
you very
ask,
much.
yes, if you want to ask questions, if you want to speak, this is the time for you to use the chat box. Please raise your hands and would let you speak and ask questions directly to our speaker. We have about 34 people on
Um,
this. Okay.
yeah, I've seen a couple of questions in there. I was reading through the chat. So I've
Okay.
seen one, somebody said I kept mentioning 60 pages. It's not 60, it's 16, 1 6,
Oh,
not 60. So yeah, don't be scared. That it's 60 pages. No, no, no,
no,
no, no.
no.
It's not 60 pages. I don't think anybody would want you to be applying 60 pages. That would take forever. But no, it's 6, it's 1 6
1
and
6.
not 60. Yes. And somebody said, must you go back to your country? Well, the only condition for the scholarship for when it comes to Commonwealth for you to not go back to your country is if you get a PhD immediately after. But then they don't allow you to stay in the UK. They state in the application process as well, even when you're signing your offer, they state that you have to make sure, because by the end of the day that we're trying to foster partnership between the UK and Commonwealth countries. So make sure that whatever you were saying in your application, you have time to go back and build on it. So they also stress on that you have to make sure that you do go back to your country. If you don't want to go back to your country, well, there's always several ways of doing that. You can apply for work elsewhere. You can I don't know, you can go straight to a PhD immediately after. So yeah, so basically that's it. But basically they want to help into the development of your country. Are there specific schools for the Commonwealth Masters shared scholarship? It's not all schools that nominate. So for the Masters scholarship, it's a bit different. They open at different times. One, the Master Scholarship opens first. It's usually somewhere around October. Yeah, I think it's September, October, if not October, but it doesn't get into November. So the Commonwealth Master Scholarship is the one that uses nominating agencies. This one opens first. The shared scholarship opens later, like way later. This year, I think it was open from late November until December. They're partnering with when it comes to the shared scholarship. I think, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to tackle those few questions because I didn't think it would take long.
Okay.
Now over to you.
Thank you so much. I think the questions were well answered. So if you have any questions here and you want to speak to the speaker directly, please do well to signify, and I'm going to call on you. If you want to speak to the speaker directly, let me know. I think there are people that will raise up their hands. Okay, are universities final year students eligible to apply for the scholarship? Frederick is asking.
Frederick, final year students, I don't think so. There's a there's a clause about your volunteer work and leadership experience and work experience. With Commonwealth, it's not clear cut when it comes to final year students going straight into it. You can apply. I think it's fine if you think you fit the requirements and everything, but I'm not 100% clear on whether final year students are eligible to apply or not, because they also ask about your work experience. If you have work experience outside of undergraduate programs, you can also use that as your work experience. So I think you never know until you try. So just apply. You can still apply, and yeah, and wait to hear from them. There was another one of is IELTS a requirement? Yes, English language is a requirement. IELTS or TOEFL. So this one is mostly with your school. So English language is a requirement, I think, everywhere. So most of the time, if your university requires an English language requirement, I think it also falls into the scholarships, because most of the UK universities will require English language. So yes, it's a requirement. You might not require it as you're applying, but make sure that it's ready when you're applying to your UK universities. And yes, and it's eligible because it's only valid, I think, for 2 years, and that's it.
Yeah. So just to touch on that a bit, right? For those who are just joining us for the first time, we are actually collaborating with an organization that is willing to give like a free voucher for the English proficiency exams next year. So if you are in the Beyond Border community and you have been fully participating, that is you are eligible to also apply and get a free voucher. And just like I said in the last section, that I myself would also be giving out like 2 free voucher to the community for you to use, and make sure that, yeah, we just want to encourage people out there that they can also get these opportunities that we have. I said that because when I was applying um, for my scholarship opportunity in Japan, I got 2 scholarship for the English proficiency exam, right? And I didn't even have to use the second voucher. I was asking, how am I going to dash give the second voucher to, right? So if I can get it, and I can also give someone else that opportunity for them to participate in that exam. So thank you. I think the question the person was asking, the person who was asking, are university final year students eligible to apply for the Commonwealth scholarship? I don't know if it's the same with the Malawi University, but there's what we call awaiting results, right? I don't know if you
Mhm.
understand what I mean. Like your result is not yet out because there are kind of processes that it takes for you to get your full your original certification. So can I use the
Yes, yes,
notification of results? I think that's the question the person is trying to ask, right? A notification of results
yes,
to
yes, yes.
apply for the Commonwealth scholarship. Is that a yes?
Ah, okay. So you're talking about after you graduate, after you finish, you get your final result, and then when you're graduating, that's when you get your degree certificate, right?
Yes.
So this period of time, yeah, I think you can use your final notification to apply. There's no crime against that as long as you have your transcript, because they also ask for your transcripts. So
Okay.
if you can request for your transcripts and you have your transcripts ready, then it's very fine for you to apply, and there's no limits when it comes to that. But yes, I think I got you correctly, because
Okay.
there's really this period of time where it's just blank, where you're
Yeah.
waiting. You haven't
Yeah.
you
Paper
finished,
falls.
but you haven't graduated.
Even yes, you
So
haven't
you don't really
graduated.
have evidence that you really have a degree.
Yeah,
So yeah,
but you can
I
actually
completely
tell.
get that.
Yeah, you can actually tell that you are going to graduate with this particular degree, right? Because
Yes,
me as
yes,
student
yes, yes,
we
yes.
can calculate and know our
Mhm.
CGPA at the end of the day and say that yes, this is what we can graduate with, right? I think there's another question I would like to ask, like for the Commonwealth scholarship, does it cut across all discipline, right? What I mean by that is that can somebody who study animal husbandry, you understand, in agriculture, all of those courses like forestry that we don't even know where the application is now in the world. Shout out to everyone that studied agriculture. I'm sorry about that, right? But you know what I'm saying, right? There are some word courses that people be like, okay, I didn't, this thing is not aligning with what is going on with the world, but I already studied it in the school because they gave me. Because in my country, Nigeria, there are some courses that they give you. You understand? It's not your own willingness to
So
study those
animal
courses.
husbandry,
So
that is one.
yeah, so
That's a very funny example.
yeah, that's a
But
very funny. Mhm. So
when it comes to agriculture, I have a friend who were both scholars this year, and her field is agriculture.
okay.
So it's any field.
Mm.
As long as you can you can fit your degree or your previous degree, because by the end of the day, the scholarship is not coming with a school offer. I
Okay.
hope I made that very clear. So
Okay.
make sure that you've identified UK universities where you can apply for a master's. And then your master's, because by the end of the day, it's the emphasis is on your master's. So if you can get an offer with your undergraduate degree, that is very fine. But now your master's has to be in line with the themes and the development goals of the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission. So basically, that's what they're looking for. If you want to expand on the agriculture field, that is very fine. If you want to expand in veterinary medicine, I have one of my colleagues, of course, this one was on the Fulbright scholarship in the US, but Fulbright is also fully funded, and he did veterinary medicine. And from there, that's when now he's doing public health. So I don't think it's really about, don't let your degree limit you. No, 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 no. That's just a start. That's just a start. You have the paper. That's fine.
Mm.
So what can you do with the paper? Because by the end of the day, it's not really about the paper that you have. You can do agriculture and do pretty well compared to somebody who has done medicine or engineering. You never know. Because I'm just giving these as examples. Because usually most of the degrees that our parents are going to stress are, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer, and all these many things. But there's so much more that you can build. You can have an education degree and expand on that. So it's not really, don't let your undergraduate degree limit you. There's so much more out there. There's so much that you can do. There's a whole world awaiting for you. And it's not going to start with you thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this that was handed to me?
Yeah.
So what? You finished, and then what? So it's just about what you're willing to go and how far you're willing to go with what you have.
Okay, thank you so much. I also have another
Yeah.
question, follow-up question, right? I'm asking questions on behalf of my community. Some of them are
Because
very shy people, right?
I'm here like, where's the community?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
But
know
yeah.
what is going on with my people here. Dolapo and Caleb, why you guys? They ask me questions privately, but they cannot come up to ask question openly. I want you guys to speak for yourself.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Thank
Miss
you.
Bridget, yeah. Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine too. It's so good to hear from you. Finally, we have read your profile. That's so encouraging, and you have so good. So basically, it's actually been answered, right? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay.
I
So
think my UK
basically,
network is doing the most.
Oh, can you?
okay. So I
Is your
think my
network good now, Miss Bridget? Is your network okay? Oh,
Oh yeah, my network is
okay.
fine. Now I can hear him, but
oh,
at
okay.
first it was a bit glitchy, so I didn't get the first question.
Okay, Dolapo, go on with the first
Okay,
question.
okay. Like I said, okay. I firstly I said thank you for your presentation and also for the opportunity to have you on this session. So um basically what I wanted to ask has already been answered is to come home after we are done. Do you get it? Because some of us it's not I'm not trying to speak for
You're trying
myself,
to escape home.
something like that. So I know it's something on everybody's mind, like, oh, once you are done, because I don't have Commonwealth scholarship, but I think after this call, I've been able to get like a kind of detailed, information and kind of detailed info about it. Yes. So that's what I just wanted to ask. And you said, so if, but I'm so particular about the one that you said work, that after work, that someone can get the you get. So I just want to know how we can, do that. So, after the scholarship there, you can look at the work. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much,
Um,
Dolapo, for that amazing question. And just to add two other questions to what Dolapo have said. You understand? I'm not trying to compound questions for you, please. Right? Um, I don't know why people have not been asking this question. I don't know if you mentioned it in your presentation. Like, how much is the stipend? Because what is very, very important, I don't know why people are just shy to ask this question. These are one of the important things that we check in Africa first, because there are a lot of amazing schools here in Nigeria. If I'm leaving my country to go to the UK for a scholarship opportunity, the first thing in my mind is, what am I going to gain financially? How much can I save? Right? Or yes, how much can I save, or how much can I bring home? Because when you go out for that scholarship and you return back to your own country and you just come with knowledge, people will ask me in my language, is it knowledge we eat? People, there's a lot of knowledge that is back home, right? So we don't want just knowledge, right? We want to know, like, how much is the stipends that the Commonwealth Scholarship gives. And if you can also share with us, I want to term it as EXPO, like universities, easier universities that people can apply and get admission. Because we know that sometimes it can be difficult, right? For you to apply to some universities and you get declined, right? So, but if we know of this maybe universities that can easily give you admission, I think it will encourage a lot of people to apply to those universities first, because when you are guaranteed that, oh, you get admission from these universities, right, and at the same time followed by the stipends that Commonwealth is going to give to you, we don't mind if it's even in the interior. It's in the outskirts of London. We don't, as long as it's London. London is London. The code will get you everywhere. So please just add that to the questions that the Lapo has asked, please. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Dolapo's question on what exactly can you do in the UK. So I've stressed that the Commonwealth does not allow you to remain after your studies for work, but let me clear up on that. It's after the end of your visa. So for example, if your degree is ending in September, you're allowed to stay until the end of your visa, and your visa is maybe expiring in December or something. You're allowed to stay. You can stay if you're going straight into a PhD, because they really encourage that. Like if you want to do a PhD, if you found a PhD opportunity, you can go straight into it without any reservations and everything.
Wow.
They also allow you to, you can also do work. How to find work? That question is okay. So the thing is, I'm going to give my personal experience. I've been to a couple of countries, and what I've noticed is the blueprint is the same wherever you go. Most of the time when you're in Africa, you think that once you get out of Africa or once you go out there, that things are just easy, as people put it. Yeah. Because usually people will say America is referred to as the land of milk and honey or whatever. But then the thing is, you will get there and you realize that you also have to put in the work. So, from my experience, just you apply the same way you're applying back in Nigeria, back in Uganda, for example, back in Kenya. So, the work opportunities are also coming by you applying. So, you have to put in the effort. You have to find, you have to be at the forefront of where you want to get to, and then you are the one that's going to determine how that is going to play out. So apply, literally apply. And then when it comes to, and then you also have to get yourself out there, like get yourself out there, talk to people, get to know people wherever you get to, because these are the people, like connections matter. So these are the people that can also help in, for example, referring you to the right places. If you want to get into some part-time work, if you want to like I said, you're not the first person going through whatever it is that you're going through. And then the other thing is easy UK universities. Are they easy? That question is funny.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. But then I'm laughing at the word of the use of the word easy.
No, it
There
might
is
be
some
in the rural area.
universities
Do you understand what I
that
mean? Yeah. So we don't
yeah.
want the one in the
So
big cities. Yeah. As long as
there
it's
is
in
certain
UK.
universities
Okay.
that would not require a 2.1 for
Oh,
you to get in. So they can accept, like, for example, any other degree. They can accept a third class, they can accept. So there's a couple of universities that can do that. And I don't know of London universities. I don't know of but then the UK comprises of 5 states. So you have England, you have Wales, you have Scotland, and you have places like Aberdeen. You have all these many universities, Royal Agricultural University, you have Scotland has what else? There's so many. I think just do your research. At least it's literally just a Google type of UK universities that accept a 2.2, for example, or a pass, or yeah. And you can find so many universities. I don't think I can be able to list all of them out, but make sure that you do your research, because part of the other thing is to make sure you do your research. When somebody is trying to help you with something, when somebody is trying to mentor you, I have been mentored, I have mentored others. It helps when you, as the mentor, everything for you and then hand it to you on a silver platter. It's not their education, it's not their future. Like, they're also doing their own things. They also have a life of their own. And so be proactive in what you're doing. Make sure you do the research. Make sure you actually go out there and you search. Was there, I think those are the 2 questions. Was there a third one that I'm leaving out?
yeah, the very important one, the stipends.
Oh, the stipend. Oh, yes.
Very important.
So the other key thing to remember is Commonwealth also states that they're looking for a 2.1 or higher degree. So it's also important. There's also several other scholarships that you can do when you're doing your, like I said initially, that don't let that discourage you, because if you have the right experience, you can also apply and you can get shortlisted. You never know. And when you're doing your research into these schools, you'll find out that there's several schools that also offer other scholarships outside of the scholarships that are very common, because scholarships that are common are obviously very competitive. The stipend. The stipend is usually adjusted based on where you're living, like I said, and it changes from year to year. So usually they're going to state on the Commonwealth page on how much the stipend is. For this year, for example, I think it was around £1,500 for schools outside of England or outside of London. But for the London area, it's between £1,700 to £1,800. So if you're getting, they review these things. So I'm also not going to tell you how much money I'm getting, but that's the range. But
Oh my goodness.
no,
a
when
lot
you
of
get
people
to,
they don't understand what you are saying. £1,800.
oh,
So I think maybe you should break it down well. That is £18,000, right?
oh, okay. So like, what is
Yeah, because you
1,000?
are speaking
Okay.
UK now. You understand? This is an
So
African
okay, I'm
community.
sorry.
Yes, please.
So in Nigerian naira, for example, if you are, because I'm not sure what the to
Exchange
Nigerian
rate.
naira. I'm literally trying to Google this because okay, so if you're converting it to Nigerian naira, which I usually don't do because the cost of living is different,
Okay.
but it's money that you can survive on. Okay, it's money that you can survive on in the UK. It's very fine, and if you're with savings, it's really just a matter of budgeting. So when they're giving you this amount, you also have to make sure that you incorporate your rent into it, because you're the one who's paying the rent.
Oh,
So they give you accommodation, but then you're the one that's going to be paying the rent. So you incorporate your rent into it. Usually, cost of living in London is expensive. That's why it's a bit higher, because the rentals are higher.
UK's network.
Gosh, my internet connection got lost again.
The UK's network. I think we are
I'm
enjoying
back.
it. Okay, yeah.
My internet connection got lost. Oh, I will have to be leaving by 2:30. Oh, this has been one long meeting.
Okay.
But yes, if you're converting it to Nigerian naira now, 1,700 is around 3.4 million Nigerian naira. So that's basically your stipend per month, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. If you are outside of London, that means it's around 2.9 or yeah. And also it's tax free. So as a student, you're not taxed. And basically that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I hope that clears it up.
Yeah, I think that clears that up well. I think everyone is satisfied now. You can see reactions. A lot of people are now they're appreciating you for asking the questions on their behalf. But it's all well and good. And want to say thank you to you, because we know you are a very, very busy person, and in London, time is money. And we are not
It is.
we've not gotten to that point of appreciating our speakers with stipends or you understand what I
No,
mean?
no,
Right?
it's fine.
So it's like a voluntary service that you are doing for us, and we want to say big thank you to you. We know what the efforts you've put in, especially in creating the slides, and also being part of us in this time and season. And we know how your research and how other activities might actually come up, but you still find a way of trying it, making it possible for you to have a section with the Beyond Borders. I want to say thank you to you on behalf of the team. And one last one before you leave, just like I said, can you give us or recommend like 2 books, very, very important, that we can go home with and see those as inspiration?
Connection. Sorry, I got lost for a bit.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to repeat
Yeah,
that.
but for those that have questions, I think Patrick has my email address, and yeah.
Yes. So I said
Yeah.
we are rounding up right now. So I just want to just say thank you again for being part of us and taking out time out of your busy schedule to be part of this section. In Japan, we say arigato gozaimasu. You are supposed to respond by say do itashimashite, right? I'm teaching you
Oh my
Japanese
gosh.
now. So arigato gozaimasu. Thank you so much for blessing us with such wisdom and knowledge. It's a great privilege for we to have you in our midst. But I said before you leave, I would like you to like maybe recommend like 2 books that we can pay attention to that can be of inspiration to us. It can be spiritual, it can be a motivational book, it can be a philosophical book. Please just let us know so that we live with part of what has made or shaped the way you are. Thank you.
2 books. Okay, number 1, my favorite book ever. This sounds like a cliche, but each time people ask me my favorite book, it's the Bible. Like literally, I've read the Bible several times. I'm still reading the whole Bible from front to back again right now. So that's literally the first book I would recommend any day.
A lot of people
Instead
are
of my favorite
reacting
book, I
now.
would
They're
recommend
acting
my
as though they are
favorite
Christians. They
author.
read Bibles, but we know them by their fruits. If you ask them scriptures now, they don't know. But it is well. You can see Erickson. I know Erickson. He's not he does not go to church, but it is well. Yes, please.
But yes, that's literally my favorite book ever, the Bible.
Okay,
I
thank you.
think every lesson you will want to learn in life is there in the Bible. Every leadership thing everybody has talked about, how to live with people, it's there in the Bible. So that's my favorite book. My favorite authors, I love John C. Maxwell books. So, but if I want to list out 2 books, for the lazy, if you don't like reading much, you can start with Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad talks about money. It talks about, so I think I love Rich Dad Poor Dad. Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is good. How Successful Atomic Habits is by James Clear. Rich Dad Poor Dad is yeah, these are all different authors, but I would also start with, if I'm starting with authors, I would start with John C. Maxwell. I love John C. Maxwell. He's very big on leadership, and I love most of his books and how successful people lead. Yes. So those are the books that I would recommend. Otherwise, yeah, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure meeting all of you. And Patrick, you're doing a very good job.
Thank
And
you.
congratulations to all of you.
Yeah.
I know this is just the start. And congratulations to the team as well.
Thank you.
Phew,
So
I
much.
think I have over 20
Thank
emails
you.
from you now.
Yeah, thank you very, very
But
much.
yes.
Let's
No,
take
there's a
pictures.
final word from Tyler. Tyler, can you there? Can you just say a word to Bridgette? Tyler is from Japan. We study in the same university. Tyler, please. Thank you.
So should I speak in my local language or should I speak
No, you
in
can
English?
sell us. You can sell us if you want to sell us now. You are allowed.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll thank him in my local language so that she can understand me.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Tyler. Thank you.
Yeah. So ziko mukwambiri Bridget. I think mwatigaira nzeru. Actually, okay.
Tyler, are you forgetting your language? This is
No. I think she was cut off, so that's why I stopped. I observed that. I think
Oh,
she was,
yeah. I think I got glitched for a
yeah,
bit, but yeah.
yeah. So yeah, ziko mukwambiri otigaira nzeru. I think anthu ambiri ava vatapfunzirapo inafenso mwina next panopa I'm doing masters, so maybe for a PhD I might consider maybe trying to follow you or follow your path. Otherwise, thank you so much for the insights. I think, as you know, you're also busy, but I think for finding some space and some time to share with us, so we really appreciate. And yeah, God bless you richly. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So
Thank
there's one
you,
more thing we
Tyler.
do, right? Yeah, sorry. There's one more thing we do. We used to take pictures, right? So everybody, it's time for you to open your screen up right now so that we can turn on your camera at this point so that we can take a good picture. to record this event. So, Dolakwa, are you the one taking the picture, or where's Samuel? Where's Samuel? Where's Caleb? Where are the team? Samuel, Caleb, Dolakwa. Dolakwa, are you there?
I think his network has glitched.
Okay. Dolakwa's network. Okay. Who is taking the picture? Caleb, Tomuwa. Dolakwa, have you taken the picture? Please, let's turn on our cameras so that we can have this as this is our final section for the year. And we're going to start again next year. So thank you everyone for joining. Let's smile. Let's smile. Father Christmas is coming. So let's happy Christmas in advance, guys. Thank you so much. And you've taken it? Oh, okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bridgette. Thank you so much. On behalf of the team, we want to say thank you, and thank you. And I'm sure that next year we can also book a section and maybe still have you in one of our sections. It might be in leadership sections. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, bye for now, guys. Thank you, everyone. And make sure that for those that have attended the section from day one, and if you have attended from day one and you are in this call, please make sure that you reach out to the team. We have a gift, a prize for you to celebrate you for attending and believing in the vision from August. Thank you, everyone. And it's a good night.
What of those on day 2?
No, day 2 is not allowed. We already have 5 sections. If you've attended the whole 5 sections, please do want to send a message to one of the team, and then we'll give you a gift prize. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Jamata.